And we are back. Welcome to another episode of Drafters TV. I'm Ben Hauver, and today we're taking a break from the player comparison and outlook series of videos that I've been doing on this channel, and instead shifting our focus towards some general strategy and the concept of handcuffing, whether or not you should do it in best ball, and the reason behind that answer. But first, we need to announce the winner of last week's giveaway. Every Friday morning, one person out there wins a free ticket into the Best Ball Championship over on Drafters, a $50K guaranteed prize pool tournament, $10K to first, and all you have to do to be entered into this giveaway is subscribe to this channel and then comment on the latest video with your thoughts as well as your Drafters username, and boom, you're entered in. So last week we had two videos come out, one detailing the difference between Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods, which one of those two guys I preferred, and then one where I proclaimed that Josh Jacobs is the worst fantasy pick you can make in the top 2 rounds, and you guys were not feeling that take at all, but look, you don't get bonus points for agreeing with me, and I definitely appreciate a little bit of healthy disagreement. So shout out to everybody who commented, and I've got their names open and a randomizer here, so I'm going to take a look at that and see who the winner is. This week it is going to be Cover Me Porkins. I don't recognize that name, might be a first-time winner. And on the Josh Jacobs video, his comment was that he agrees with my take that Josh Jacobs is the worst pick you can make in the second round. He says there are plenty of other running backs that he would rather have in the second or later in the draft. And I think that he is one of only 2 people who actually did agree with me. So shout out to him, and still appreciate everybody who disagreed as well. And yeah, let's get into the main topic of today's video, which is going to be handcuffing. Handcuffing, if you are a fantasy football veteran, is something that you're surely familiar with, but if you are new to this game that we all love so much, handcuffing is a term that describes the strategy of using a mid or late round pick on a backup running back for your fantasy team's RB1. Essentially, it's an insurance policy. If you draft Zeke Elliott with your first round pick and then you come back in the 10th round and draft Tony Pollard, you've acquired Zeke's handcuff and you've protected yourself against a scenario where Zeke gets hurt and devastates your fantasy roster because, hey, look, you're all good. You can just plug and play Zeke's backup, Tony Pollard, in this scenario. Listen, I'm going to keep it real with you guys. I think handcuffing is a bad practice in redraft. I think that it's outright egregious in best ball, especially in best ball tournaments. Here's why. Simply put, scared money don't make money. If you're investing your 10th round pick, which, make no mistake, is a valuable asset in fantasy, in a scenario that's just protection from a negative outcome, well, you've already got failure on the mind. I don't draft a first round running back thinking, hey, what if this doesn't work out? No. In a best ball tournament, especially one with multi-entry, which I think is all of them, my thought process with every draft is centered around scenarios where the team that I'm drafting can win, not scenarios that I can not lose. Let's face it, if you spend your first round pick on Zeke and he tears his ACL in week 2, guess what? You're probably not going to win the tournament with that team. It is what it is. You would be better served spending that 10th round pick on a player that can simultaneously contribute to your roster on a weekly basis with your elite RB1 in the roster, not only if your elite RB1 goes down. There are 20 rounds in a Drafters Fantasy Best Ball Championship draft. You have 8 weekly starters. In a format that requires you to outscore 10,000 other people, you should be putting yourself in a position that allows for all 20 of your draft picks to at least have the chance to contribute to your team on a weekly basis, not by capping your roster's upside and wasting valuable roster spots on a guy that would require your own team to suffer for that pick to hit on its value. And that point brings me to the proper way to deal with handcuffs in best ball, and that is to draft other people's handcuffs. What I mean by that is when you draft Zeke Elliott in round 1, don't circle back and get Tony Pollard in round 10. Use that 10th round pick on Alexander Mattison instead. Now, you don't need your roster to take a massive hit for that pick to pan out. Say Dalvin Cook misses some time in 2020. What you've done is put yourself in a position to capitalize twofold off of one event by drafting Alexander Mattison. In this hypothetical scenario where Dalvin Cook gets injured now, not only are all of the people who drafted Dalvin Cook in an extremely tough situation, which gives you an edge on them, but now you're also primed to soak up the elite RB1 numbers from your 10th round pick, Alexander Mattison, without the injury needed to make that pick good, being one that is on your own roster. In a way, you're winning twice. As a general rule in terms of roster construction, I tend to make it a point to lock up at least minimum of one of these high upside handcuffs in every draft. When you get into the range of the draft that has guys like Tony Pollard or Latavius Murray or Alexander Mattison or Chase Edmonds, you might be able to find some guys who are safer picks, guys with better median projections at the RB position. I think it would behoove you, if you're really trying to win in best ball, to pass on those safer options and instead put yourself in a chance to really profit off of the potentially year-changing events that are bound to happen throughout the course of an NFL season. These are the type of guys that win you your league in both redraft and best ball. And while in redraft, you can probably just go on the waiver wire and find some of these guys, there is no waiver wire in best ball, so they need to be drafted. And I think that it would be best served if you draft them on a team that doesn't require you to lose first to be able to win. But what do you think? Let me know in the comment section below, and don't forget to drop your Drafters username in that comment and subscribe to the channel for your chance to win a free ticket to the Drafters 50K Best Ball Championship. Winners will be announced on next Friday's video, and as always, thank you for watching. I will be back with some more fantasy football content very soon.